India exposes Pakistan at UN Human Rights Council, asserts Pakistan, which is epicenter of global terrorism and has suppressed minorities in its own country, has no right to speak on human rights. India is fully committed to protecting human rights of people of J&K. It's moment of truth for Pakistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi accepts that Jammu and Kashmir is a part of India, refers to J&K as an Indian state. Prime Minister Modi to launch mega farmer welfare schemes from Mathura. PM will launch National Animal Disease Control Program as well as National Artificial Insemination Program. In international news, US President Donald Trump sacks his national security advisor John Bolton, says he had serious differences with the NSA, will announce successor next week. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma. In our top story, Pakistan faced a twofold embarrassment on the world stage on Tuesday. First, its Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi let his bluster over spreading lies about Kashmir get the better of him by terming Jammu and Kashmir an Indian state, undoing decades of denial of that status by Islamabad. And second, when India took Pakistan to the cleaners at the UNHRC World Stage in Geneva over its malicious campaign about the state of affairs in Kashmir following the abrogation of Article 370. Here's a detailed report about what happened in Geneva and how the situation is shaping up in Jammu and Kashmir.
The Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Truth has its own ways of coming out, and here it comes straight from the horse's mouth. Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has finally said what India has been saying for decades. Islamabad has always been refusing to accept this reality. After the abrogation of Article 370, Pakistan is crying foul on the global platform, but its own ministers are accepting the truth. During the ongoing 42nd UN Human Rights session, Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi mentioned Kashmir as the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir in Geneva.
The Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Even India responded. Vijay Thakur Singh, Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs, said the decision on J&K was taken by Parliament and enjoys widespread support. These were sovereign decisions, entirely internal to India.
The decisions were taken by our Parliament after a fully televised debate and enjoys widespread support. These were sovereign decisions, entirely internal to India. No country can accept interference in its internal affairs. Certainly not India. Despite challenging circumstances, Jammu and Kashmir civil administration is ensuring basic services, essential supplies, mobility and connectivity. Democratic processes have been initiated. Restrictions are being eased continuously. Temporary preventive measures were needed to ensure security in the face of credible threats of cross-border terrorism.
She also said India has suffered greatly on account of state-sponsored terrorism. It is time to collectively take decisive and firm action against terror groups who threaten the fundamental human right to life.
It is time to collectively take decisive and firm action against terror groups who threaten fundamental right to life. We must speak out. Silence alone emboldens terrorists and their supporters.
The situation in J&K remains normal and peaceful. Restrictions have been eased in most of the areas except in Srinagar. Government offices are open and functional. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu interacted with a delegation of Sarpanchas from Jammu and Kashmir and urged them to take the development schemes to the people of the valley. The Vice President also said that the government has taken various steps to strengthen Panchayati Raj institutions. Vice President asserted that the dilution of Article 370 would accelerate the process of development in the Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. He said it will pave the way for the extension of various schemes and legislations, including the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments to strengthen the funds and functions of local bodies.
टेम्पररी तात्कालीन कुछ स्थिति बन गया, उसके कारण से कुछ इधर उधर कुछ ये गतिरोध रुक गए और कुछ आंक्षा भी इधर उधर लगाया। कारण क्या है? अलगाववादी और हमारा बगल में जो देश है वो हमारा देश में आंतरिक सुरक्षा में हस्तक्षेप करके अलगाववादियों को प्रोत्साहन कर रहे हैं। सीक्रेट नहीं है, सबको मालूम है।
Many initiatives are being taken for the benefit of the people. Apples cultivated in J&K will be procured directly from farmers by the government-run National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited, NAFED, and the entire process will be completed by December 15th. The objective of the National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited is to promote cooperative marketing of agricultural produce to benefit farmers. The procurement will be made directly from genuine apple growers, and the state administration will ensure direct payment in bank accounts of apple growers through direct benefit transfer. Fair prices for various categories will be fixed by the price committee that includes a member from the National Horticulture Board. People of J&K are welcoming the decision.
आज की डेट में हमारे फ्रूट ग्रोवर्स को ये शक व शुबहात थे कि पता नहीं हमारा सेब बाहर जाए न जाए, तो अगर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये फैसला लिया कि ये क्या नाम है, हम सरकार की तरफ से सेब लेंगे, तो हमें खुशी होगी कि अगर हमें ज़्यादा पैसा वहीं पे मिले.
Schools are also becoming more advanced and technology driven. In Poonch, students are being imparted education through smart classes. Students have expressed their happiness at the new methods of imparting education.
स्मार्ट क्लासेस लग रही है ना, इससे हमें बहुत हेल्प हो रही है, क्योंकि पहले ये सब कुछ नहीं था हमारे स्कूल में, हमें सब कुछ दिखाया नहीं जा रहा था, हम बुक से पढ़ रहे थे, तो बुक से इतना ज़्यादा समझ नहीं आता इंसान को.
The centre has constituted a 3-member advisory committee to look into distribution of assets and liabilities of Jammu and Kashmir between 2 successor union territories, which will come into existence on October 31st. While former Defence Secretary Sanjay Mitra will be the chairman of the committee, retired IAS officer Arun Goyal and retired Indian Civil Accounts Service officer Giriraj Prasad Gupta will be its members. DD News.
Exercising the right to reply to UN Human Rights Council, Indian First Secretary Vimarsh Aryan said that the rhetoric will not distract international attention from Pakistan's persecution and elimination of religious and ethnic minorities.
Of facts and false narratives peddled by Pakistan in all its statements today. This is an ill-disguised effort to advance its territorial ambitions. We reject this propaganda. I wish to inform the Council that Article 370 was a temporary provision of the Indian Constitution. The recent modifications of Article 370 is within our sovereign right and entirely an internal matter of India. The decision removes impediments to the enjoyment of civil, political, social, economic and cultural rights of our citizens in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, especially those dealing with women, children and disadvantaged sections of our society in that region. Mr. President, we are not surprised at the Pakistan's hysterical statements with false, fabricated narratives aimed to politicize and polarize this forum. Pakistan realizes that our recent decision cuts the very ground from under its feet by creating obstacles in its continuing sponsorship of cross-border terrorism against India. In this desperate mind frame, some Pakistan leaders have even gone as far as to call for jihad and to encourage violence both inside Jammu and Kashmir and in third countries in order to paint a picture of genocide which they know is far from reality. Pakistan has today pretended to speak as a voice of global community on human rights, but the world cannot be fooled. Pakistan's gory record speaks for itself. This rhetoric will not distract international attention from Pakistan's persecution and elimination of religious and ethnic minorities, be it Christians, Sikhs, Shias, Ahmadiyas, and Hindus. This is the reason that Pakistan no longer publishes official statistics about its minorities as India does. Blatant abuse of blasphemy laws in Pakistan to persecute minorities is well documented. Asia Bibi, the Christian woman, was incarcerated for years. So was Abdul Shakur, the 82-year-old Ahmadiyya, under Anti-Terrorism Act for selling books. The recent case of abduction, forced conversion and marriage of a minor Sikh girl, Jagjit Kaur, exemplifies the state of women, especially from the minority communities in Pakistan. And today, in this council, Pakistan has the audacity to tell others about human rights that it so egregiously violates again and again. Mr. President, as regards OIC, it has no locus standi to comment on the internal affairs of India. Jammu and Kashmir has been, is, and shall continue to be an integral part of India. Pakistan's nefarious designs will never succeed because the people of Jammu and Kashmir are united in their determination to preserve our territorial integrity, along with our core values of democracy, tolerance, and unity in diversity. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh will continue to progress and prosper along with the rest of India. It defies credibility that Pakistan, which is the epicenter of global terrorism, is claiming to speak on behalf of unnamed other countries on the issue of human rights. It forgets that terrorism is a worst form of human rights abuse.
Pakistan has been pointing fingers at India on the world stage ever since the Modi government scrapped the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. It has been going blue in the face, trying to build a false narrative about the rights of minorities in Kashmir being undermined. But Imran Khan and his nation would do well to look within. Pakistan's record of mistreating minorities is well known. Now his own party's former legislator has laid bare Pakistan's reality. The turbaned Khyber Pakhtunkhwa MLC has come to India with his family seeking asylum, saying he does not feel safe anymore in his own country.
Imran Khan may have declared he will create new Pakistan, but the reality has been exposed by one of his own party men. Former Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf MLA Baldev Kumar says he no longer feels safe in his own country. Baldev is in India now along with his family and has sought asylum in India on the grounds that minorities are deprived of their basic rights in Pakistan.
पाकिस्तान इसी वजह से छाड़ के आया कि मैं अपने आप को सिक्योर नहीं समझ रहा था, इसी वजह से मैं इत्थे आया।
मैं इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से यही सालम की अपील की है कि मैं यहाँ सालम पे रहना चाहता हूँ।
Baldev has said that like all Pakistanis, he too had a lot of expectations when they brought Imran Khan to power in Islamabad, but his tenure has been disappointing. He also cited the case of the Sikh girl recently kidnapped in Pakistan who was forcibly converted and married to a Muslim man at gunpoint, saying not only minorities, even Muslims are unsafe across the border.
हालात इस तरह जा रहे हैं कि मिनॉरिटी वहाँ सिक्योर, तो मिनॉरिटी नहीं मुसलमान सिक्योर नहीं है, और क्या है वहाँ बहुत हालात खराब जा रहे हैं।
Baldev has been in India on a 3-month visa. He has been raising his voice for the rights of minorities in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. He was a PTI member of Provincial Assembly from the Barikot seat in the Pakistan province. Baldev's charges have raised a political furor in India, with the parties across political spectrum condemning Pakistan for mistreating minorities.
बलदेव जी का बयान जो है वो दिखाता है कि पाकिस्तान के हालात कितने ख़राब हैं और जो सिखों के प्रति प्रेम दिखाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। अगर वास्तव में आप ह्यूमन राइट्स के बारे में सोचते हैं, दूसरे धर्म के बारे में सोचते हैं, तो एक दूसरा नज़रिया पाकिस्तान का होना चाहिए। पूरे विश्व के सामने पाकिस्तान का नया चेहरा आया है और हम लोग उम्मीद करते हैं कि जो हमारा प्रयास है पाकिस्तान को अलग थलग करने का, इसमें पूरा विश्व हमारे साथ होगा।
जनता तक बात पहुंचनी चाहिए कि पाकिस्तान के चुने हुए प्रतिनिधि अपनी सरकार के बारे में अगर ऐसी टिप्पणी दे रहे हैं तो यूएनएचआरसी को इस डोजियर को कितनी गंभीरता से लेना चाहिए, इस पर अपने आप बहुत बड़ा सवालिया निशान खड़ा हो जाता है।
It's no secret that minorities are harassed, tortured and considered second-class citizens in Pakistan. Be it Sindh or Balochistan, there are countless cases of the worst kind of treatment being meted out to minorities by state and non-state actors. Thousands have been killed, detained or simply untraceable in Balochistan alone. The fallout of the atrocities also spilled out on the streets in Geneva outside the United Nations Human Rights Council, which is holding an ongoing session these days. The World Sindhi Congress held a protest against the ill treatment of minorities, putting Pakistan in the dock.
There are unprecedented human rights atrocities taking place in Sindh and taking place in other oppressed nations of Pakistan. They are killing, they are abducting, they are dumping, they are taking every piece of life and hope from the people.
Pakistan has been chest beating at the world stage over Jammu and Kashmir ever since the Indian government scrapped the state's special status in an attempt to build a false narrative.
But the ground reality in Pakistan has exposed it as a glasshouse nation that needs to get its own house in order before casting stones on others. DD India.
And boosting ties with Nepal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Nepal PM KP Sharma Oli jointly inaugurated the first ever cross-border petroleum products pipeline in South Asia. The Motiari-Amlekhganj petroleum product pipeline will lead to a drastic reduction in transit costs, which will benefit the people of Nepal.
A historic moment not just for India-Nepal ties but for entire South Asia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi jointly inaugurated the first ever cross-border petroleum products pipeline in the region, the Motihari-Amlekhganj petroleum product pipeline in Nepal, with Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli via video conferencing. This India-Nepal Energy Cooperation project is a symbol of the close bilateral relations India and Nepal share. It has been constructed by India in just 15 months, half of its 30 months deadline.
यह बहुत संतोष का विषय है कि दक्षिण एशिया की यह पहली क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन रिकॉर्ड समय में पूरी हुई है। इस पाइपलाइन से हर साल 2 मिलियन मैट्रिक टन तक के क्लीन पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स एफोर्डेबल रेट्स पर नेपाल के सामान्य लोगों को प्राप्त होंगे। हमारे संयुक्त प्रयासों का उद्देश्य है कि हमारे लोगों को लाभ मिले, उनका विकास हो। पिछले 5 वर्षों में हमने महत्वपूर्ण द्विपक्षीय परियोजनाओं को पूरा किया है और कई अन्य इनिशिएटिव्स के परिणाम जल्दी प्राप्त किए हैं।
The 69-kilometer long pipeline will help to enhance the energy security of the region and substantially cut down on transit costs. The cost of pipeline is around 350 crore rupees, which is entirely borne by the Indian Oil Corporation. The pipeline will ensure smooth, cost-effective and environment-friendly supply of petroleum products to Nepal.
Nepal Oil Corporation has already reduced both diesel and petrol prices by 2 rupees per litre effective from today. This project will, without any doubt, enhance interconnectedness and interdependence between our two countries. It is one of the best examples of connectivity in terms of trade and transit infrastructure of Nepal and India.
मेरे लिए खुशी है कि आज आपने इस पाइपलाइन के उद्घाटन के साथ ही उससे जो आर्थिक रूप से बचत होने वाली है वो आपने नेपाल के नागरिकों की तरफ उसको समर्पित कर दिया और वहाँ दाम कम करने की योजना भी घोषित कर दी। यानी एक प्रकार से ये काम नेपाल के सामान्य नागरिक की भलाई के लिए हुआ है। नेपाल की प्रायोरिटीज के अनुसार उसके विकास में सहयोग के लिए भारत के कमिटमेंट को मैं आज एक बार फिर दोहराना चाहता हूं।
The pipeline was conceived of in 1996 under Prime Minister Vajpayee's government, but it was only in 2015 that it got a go-ahead from the cabinet. The earthquake delayed commencement of the work on it. However, the groundbreaking ceremony was held in April 2018 and the project has been inaugurated in a record 15 months. It's a symbol of Prime Minister Oli's prosperous Nepal. Happy Nepali motto that mirrors Prime Minister Modi's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas mantra. With Rajkumar in Kathmandu, Bureau Report, DD News.
The Motihari-Amlekhganj petroleum product pipeline will prove to be a milestone for development and prosperity of Nepal. People of the country are visibly happy with the start of the pipeline. Our correspondent from Kathmandu, Rajkumar, brings us this report.
हमारे संयुक्त प्रयासों का उद्देश्य है कि हमारे लोगों को लाभ मिले, उनका विकास हो और इसलिए परियोजनाओं का समय से पूरा होना हमारी दोनों सरकारों की प्राथमिकता है।
Happy to note that implementation of various India-aided projects has gathered momentum in recent years following the understanding reaching between Modi ji and myself
Motihari Amlekganj petroleum product pipeline is an excellent example of commitment of Prime Ministers of India and Nepal to carry forward the development partnership. The 69 kilometers long pipeline will help to enhance the energy security of the region and substantially cut down on transit costs.
This is the beginning of reducing transaction cost. If you reduce energy cost, you will have better efficiency in production, in competition. Exports could be cheaper, import substitution could be easier, and finally we can move towards even more efficient economy. So I think it's beneficial to all of us.
The pipeline will ensure smooth, cost-effective and environment-friendly supply of petroleum products to Nepal.
इस सप्लाई जो टैंकर में कभी कॉल करने से ट्रैफिक जाम के चलते कहीं कोई डिस्टर्ब होने से स्ट्राइक होने से ये सप्लाई का चेन जो बिगड़ जाता था उसमें हम लोग को थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा.
People of Nepal are visibly happy with the opening of the pipeline.
पाइपलाइनबाट आउने कारणले चाहिँ
Petrol will be easily available through the pipeline. This is good news for people of Nepal.
बस्नुपर्ने त्योबाट चाहिँ
गाडी machinery.
People will benefit from reduction of oil prices in auto, machinery and agro sector. This pipeline will help in prosperous Nepal.
The pipeline is a symbol of Nepal PM Oli's Prosperous Nepal, Happy Nepali motto.
With inauguration of Motihari Amlekganj oil pipeline, a new era of Indo-Nepal relation has begun. This pipeline will be a game changer for economic development and prosperity of Nepal. For Prasar Bharati, this is Rajkumar from Kathmandu.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the National Animal Disease Control Program as well as the National Artificial Insemination Program in Mathura on Wednesday. He will also participate in the Swachhta Hi Seva program in Mathura. An emotional Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid glowing and fond tributes to late Arun Jaitley at a memorial service. Leaders from across the political spectrum participated in the gathering. Prime Minister Modi expressed his anguish at not having been able to say his last goodbye to a very special friend. PM Modi recalled Arun Jaitley's contributions to critical cabinet decisions.
कैबिनेट में भी मैं हमेशा एक कमी महसूस करूंगा क्योंकि इनके पास हिंदुस्तान के पार्लियामेंट्री इतिहास की शासन व्यवस्था की एक प्रकार से मेमोरी का डिक्शनरी और इसलिए कोई भी विचार हमारे सामने आता है तो बड़ी आराम से कहते हैं देखो उस समय ऐसा हुआ था, इसके पीछे ये बैकग्राउंड है और सही निर्णय करने में इस प्रकार की पुरानी घटनाओं के मेमोरी का बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है. निर्णय के तरीकों का उस पर प्रभाव होता है और अरुण जी का ये सामर्थ्य मैं समझता हूं कि हिंदुस्तान के सार्वजनिक जीवन के लिए एक अनमोल रत्न था.
President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced that he has fired his hawkish national security advisor John Bolton, saying he disagreed strongly with his positions. The firing comes amid reports of divisions in the Trump cabinet over a cancelled peace plan to invite the Taliban to the United States. Bolton was Trump's third national security advisor after Michael Flynn and H.R. McMaster. The Golden Jubilee of India's premier film festival, the International Film Festival of India or IFFI, will be held in Goa in November. In view of this, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry is busy preparing for the grand event at an international level. In the Toronto International Film Festival currently underway in Canada, the Indian delegation is not only promoting Indian cinema, it is also apprising and inviting artists and filmmakers of the festival to Goa. Take a look.
The Indian delegation at the Toronto International Film Festival is not only publicizing Indian cinema, it is also propagating news of the preparations for the International Film Festival to be held at Goa. The INB Ministry hosted the Indian Breakfast Networking session on Tuesday, in which members of the Indian delegation held dialogue and discussions with various participants and guests. Artistic director and co-head of the Toronto International Film Festival, Cameron Bailey, soundly praised Indian cinema and said it was one of the most unique in the world.
Film, genre cinema, big musical films, serious dramas, comedies, all of that is representative of the richness of Indian cinema. There's really no country in the world that makes film like India. And when I go there, I know I can talk to anyone
India's Consul General in Canada, Apurva Srivastav, said that there is huge scope for film shoots in both the countries.
I think this platform will give an opportunity to further enhance the cooperation, increase the shooting of Indian films in Canada, shooting of Canadian films in India, give us scope for co-production. So I wish you all the very best.
The Indian delegation at the festival elaborated on the government's agenda in participating in TIFF. ADG Chaitanya Prasad of the Directorate of Film Festival said that the I&B Ministry has always worked to promote Indian cinema at platforms across the world.
From the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, from my two key principals, my Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Prakash Javadekar, and my Secretary, Mr. Amit Khare. We would also touch upon certain policy initiatives that have taken place in the past. In the recent months, actually, we've had extensive discussions with the fraternity visiting the Toronto Film Festival. I can assure you that we've been working doubly hard, and that was one of the objectives of coming over to Toronto, to tell people to kindly come. Everyone is invited, you have to register.
The Indian delegation at the film festival also reached out to possible partners to host the Golden Jubilee edition of the International Film Festival of India at Goa, and also invited the world to be a part of the grand event. Attending the event with Chaitanya Prasad was Deputy Secretary in the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, Dhanpreet Kaur. Participants and other stakeholders at the festival were also apprised of the various avenues for film shoots available in India, as well as facilities like single window clearance that the government has put in place in order to ensure smooth filming. DD News.
And in other news, at least 31 pilgrims died on Tuesday in a stampede at a major shrine in Iraq's Karbala, where they were marking the holy day of Ashura, the Health Ministry said in a new toll. Ministry spokesman Saif al-Badr said the toll could rise even further as another 100 people were injured, including 10 who are in a critical condition. The death toll released by the Iraqi Health Ministry was expected to rise, with at least 10 people in critical condition. And in football, India had a major achievement in the World Cup qualifier match in Doha. India held Asian champion Qatar to a goalless draw. With this, India's chances of qualifying for the World Cup have brightened.
Terrific. Wasim Bassam has stolen every move that Qatar has made. Blue Tigers. Can Udansa nick it for the Blue Tigers is the question. Important challenge from Tariq Salman, who's had a blinder otherwise.
Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned. Namaskar.
Hello and welcome to The Big Picture. I'm Tina Jha. During his just concluded visit to Russia, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the ACT Far East policy on Thursday to boost India's engagement with Russia's Far East region.